I don't care who your father supposedly is, you two aren't getting on this flight. Denver International shuddered under fluorescent lights and rushing travelers. But for Zara and Nia, 17-year-old identical twins, the world shrank to one
Excuse me.
sneering gate agent,
Sorry,
Trevor
but you
Reynolds.
can't board.
Their ticket said first class. His eyes said, "Not for you." Zara's hand trembled around her boarding pass, the same hand her sisters clutched mirror-like. Two matching grips, two parallel pulses. They were taught to stay polite, measured, because righteous anger from black teenage girls was too often weaponized as aggression. But polite or not, their seats were erased before their eyes. Their father, Marcus Jackson, CEO of Mid-Atlantic Airlines, was in a board meeting across the country. He'd bought these seats not as privilege, but as protection. But Trevor looked through the twins as if they simply weren't in line. White couples stepped around, tickets stamped, jokes shared. The twins waited, invisible, in full view. Everything in them screamed, "Again." The first symbol whispered, two reflections in the same mirror, one subjected, one seething, but both silent, for now. Randomly selected. The TSA words rang false as a pat-down became invasive, as manicured nails brushed at their braided hair like contraband reservoirs, as prescribed allergy pills scattered on a table like they were narcotics, not medicine. The humiliation wasn't random, it was patterned. Other passengers breezed by, cameras trained only on the twins. Every microaggression carved the lesson their father had taught them. Write down everything. Names, badges, times. So they did. Twin pens moving in unison, witness lists doubling each other's resolve. Sky-high grill showcased empty tables. Yet for Melissa and Keith, the hostess and manager, every seat suddenly belonged to reservations. They even led another couple to those reserved chairs while declaring none available for the twins. Zara glanced at Nia. They'd seen this dance before. But then, one waitress, Elena, quiet ally, pressed two food vouchers into Zara's hand. "If you file a complaint, I'll be your witness." For every mouth that weaponized policies, another cracked open with truth. Motif. Twin hands clutching proof. Lists of names, now a phone number, now vouchers. Every new humiliation doubled into documentation. The gate agent Richard Whitman took his turn. Smiles for others, suspicion for them. He called security over the PA system like they were criminals boarding with counterfeit seats. Passengers whispered, phones lifted. Then Diane Blackett approached, a supervisor. Black like them, for a heartbeat, a pulse of hope. But the betrayal stung sharper. People like us need to behave twice as patient, twice as perfect. Don't make a scene, you'll ruin it for all of us. Nia's whisper, people like us? Identical wounds burn sharper when mirrored. Gregory Walsh stopped them in the jet bridge. He stalled, stalled, stalled until every other passenger boarded. Then the lie. The flight is full. Your seats reassigned to passengers in good standing. Two teenage girls stood isolated. Two guards appeared with hands near holsters. Recording was forbidden, voices raised against them, not for them. Twin hearts pounded. Twin choices evaporated. Thrown out silently while boarding doors sealed. Reflection motif again. Two silhouettes in glass, excluded. On a terminal bench, Zara finally pulled out her phone. The father they swore they wouldn't disturb answered before the first ring ended. They told him everything. Agent names, TSA names, restaurant names, gate agents, jet bridge lies. For a strand-long stretch, Marcus said nothing. Then they heard it. A pen snapping. "Girls, write this down as well. Every name, every badge number, every word. Because now, Emergency Protocol Alpha is in effect." Twin brows furrowed. "What's that?" "You'll see," Marcus said grimly. And then, departure boards across the airport flipped to delayed. Every mid-Atlantic flight grounded. 300 planes, 42,000 passengers. Executives scrambled. Passengers murmured. Social media trended #grounded. Behind the boardroom doors, Victor Harrington licked his lips. The billionaire investor framed Marcus as emotional, reckless. But Marcus entered virtually, calm and steel-eyed. He unfurled internal reports. Discrimination complaints 340% higher than industry average. Buried lawsuits totaling $700 million liability. He said, "This isn't about my daughters alone. It's systemic rot. Their experience was a catalyst, not the cause." Board members shifted uncomfortably. Victor raged. He threatened Marcus's family. The session was being recorded. Checkmate. While Marcus fought Harrington, Zara and Nia waged war in the digital trenches. Elena's secret recordings of management bigotry. Passenger phone clips backing their story. School records uncorrupted, disproving fake leaks planted to smear them. #Mid-Atlantic Discrimination, trending nationally. And one ally in the IT department, Calvin Hughes, secured evidence instead of erasing it. For every smear, twins doubled documentation. Their motif manifested again. Twin screens glowing, twin feeds rising. Fear mirrored into fury. Gate 32 again. Same space where humiliation had crippled them. Now, Priya Sharma at the counter checked their first-class boarding passes effortlessly. Warm, equal, professional. Zara and Nia felt the echo of memory and the sweetness of closure. 6 months of reform, industry upheaval, congressional hearings. Employees retrained, not just fired. Accountability Council created. Civil rights metrics tied to executive pay. DOT investigation launched industry-wide. On board, Diane Blackett, once betrayer, now transformed, approached them softly. "I was wrong that day. You proved me wrong. Thank you." The twins exchanged a look. Reflection, again. Stronger now. Outside the window, a girl no older than 8 boarded with her family. Her eyes wide with adventure, not fear. She would never know Gate 32's history, yet would inherit its reform. Zara whispered, "That's why it mattered." They were told to stay invisible, to wait in silence, to be twice as polite in a system built to erase them. But invisibility cracked when reflected twice. Zara and Nia, mirror images, refused to vanish. And when one spoke, the other echoed, creating a chorus too loud to ignore. Their truth grounded 300 planes, but lifted an entire industry. So, ask yourself, when injustice blocks your path, do you stay quiet, or do you find someone to mirror your courage until the system cannot pretend you don't exist?